Hey Wyatt, I want to try and remind you some of the things we talked about with about Edwin Hubble, and so we went through it's kind of all the normal book report stuff, like where was he born, where did he grow up, what was his family like and early, and we talked about he was born in Missouri. You remember that because you called him a Missourian. Forget that word, but you remember that. You're like that's why he's a Missourian. Anyway, so you remember that he was born in Missouri. Knew that coming into it. You remember that he had, as you were filling out that form, he said, okay, he's got 7 siblings. We talked about siblings for a while. So he's one of 8. You went through his whole list of, um, of brothers and sisters, as he had one sister who died really young. Um, and So went through siblings. So born in Missouri, went to Illinois, Chicago, did high school, went to Chicago when he was 10, did high school in Illinois, and he remember we talked about him being he was like really good at athletics, did all really good athletic stuff, did basketball, not soccer, another B. Baseball, basketball, boxing. He beat a heavyweight champ. I'm starting to get confused with Rocky. Um, anyway, so he did really good in sports. He actually in Illinois he set a new state high jump record. Let's see what else we talk about. State high jump record. And what else did he do? So it was in high school. It was another sport. Baseball, basketball, baseball, basketball. I guess the other one was football. It wasn't soccer, it was football. Um, was it high school? So in high school, we talked about what colleges he went to. I'd have to look that up. It was on the East Coast. Went to colleges. At some point early on, he went to study in England. Remember that? And I said he came back, and he had this came back from England, and he had this kind of a fake accent, like he pretended for the rest of his life. He pretended to have an English accent. I really like that. He really liked that, and I think that's why he had this English accent as part of the reason why he never spoke. So he also taught basketball for a year in Indiana, Northwest. Anyway, taught basketball for a year in Indiana. Never mentioned the rest of his life. Just totally never mentioned that basketball. But he was there for a year and he was a decent coach. Um, let's see. And then yeah, came back from England. So then I think pretty early on he got a job at Mount Wilson. They had the biggest telescope at the time, a 100-inch telescope, and I forget how early, but he and Henrietta Swan Leavitt, and he gave her credit. So that's what we talked about later. His some of those things that he did. He was um, I was supportive of women for that time. It's kind of an egotistical by today's standards, but at the time, just even giving she was known as a computer then, Henrietta Swan Leavitt, credit for discovering that variable star. Remember that star that expands and then it becomes transparent. All its energy goes out, and then it comes back, and it uses that for the tape measure, how far it is to the star. Is like, oh, okay, well that star is here. That means it's, oh wow, that's a ways away because of the redshift. It means it's not uh, in this galaxy. It's in this little cloudy clump, and we found a little star in there, and whoa, it's too far away. It can't be in this galaxy. So that means that these other things, and he started taking data and said, okay, that clump is this far away. Wait, this other clump over here, it's a little farther away. And so it figured out that these clumps, these nebulas they were called at the time, these galaxies were too far away to be part of the galaxy. And I think that's about it. We talked more about 7 characteristics. You might be able to remember that better than I did. There were several, maybe 4 or 5 characteristics of a leader. It was like, what did he do that made him a good leader, I think was a question. That's all I remember that we talked about. Anyway, so good luck. Your report should be fun. All right, bye, buddy.